Do you remember the heroes who blew up cars, fired machine guns, and saved the world back in the day? But do you know where they are now? Well, that's what you're about to find out. Welcome to our special 20 Action Legends, Then and Now. The truth is, some still shine, others have disappeared, and some are fighting very real personal battles. Let's start with Mel Gibson. He was one of the kings of action cinema, leading legendary franchises like Mad Max and Lethal Weapon. Those explosive chases and intense shootouts went down in movie history. Do you remember how unstoppable Martin Riggs was? Today, Gibson is still working in Hollywood. What many forget is that Gibson is also a talented filmmaker. His work as director on Braveheart earned him 2 Oscars, proving he's more than just an action hero. Number 19. Kurt Russell. Back then, Kurt Russell was the face of rebellious, intense action. Remember Escape from New York and the unforgettable Snake Plissken? Or the wild energy he brought to Big Trouble in Little China? These films defined an era of pure adrenaline. Today, Russell still takes on roles. He's transitioned from tough leading man to respected veteran actor, bringing weight and nostalgia to everything he does. An interesting fact is that his son Wyatt Russell followed in his footsteps and is building his own path in Hollywood, proving that action runs in the family. Wesley Snipes. You might remember him as one of the biggest action stars of the 1990s. He became famous for his unforgettable roles in Blade and Passenger 57. Remember those intense scenes and the confident attitude he brought to the screen? What a golden era for action movies, right? Today, Wesley Snipes still appears in films and streaming projects, though on a smaller scale than at his peak. He faced serious legal troubles in the 2000s, even serving over 2 years in prison for tax evasion. But he bounced back with a new purpose and a deeper appreciation for life and art. One thing you might not know is that Wesley is a devoted father of 5. He has spoken openly about how his time behind bars taught him the true value of time, family, and second chances. Number 17. Sean Connery. This actor wasn't just James Bond. He was a larger-than-life action star in films like The Rock, Highlander, and The Untouchables. His commanding presence and iconic voice made every scene unforgettable. Do you remember how effortlessly elegant and charismatic he was? Although he passed away in 2020, Connery's legacy lives on in every spy and action film that came after. He retired years before his death, choosing to live a quiet life away from Hollywood. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe here to Top Celebrities, and join us. Continuing now with number 16, Clint Eastwood. He may have started as a Western icon, but his role as Dirty Harry transformed him into a defining figure in action cinema. His iconic lines and no-nonsense justice scenes are etched into film history. Do you feel lucky, punk? Who could forget that? Now, at over 90 years old, Eastwood rarely acts, but continues directing powerful films, proving his storytelling skills are timeless. He has become a symbol of old-school Hollywood, tough, independent, and deeply respected. Clint has directed over 40 films and won multiple Oscars, showing he's not just a gun-toting hero, he's one of the greatest storytellers in cinema. Harrison Ford. Few action heroes are as beloved as Harrison Ford. As Han Solo in Star Wars and Indiana Jones in Raiders of the Lost Ark, he defined adventure for generations. Do you remember cheering for Indy as he ran from that giant boulder? Today, Ford still works in Hollywood, though he's more selective about projects. He recently reprised his iconic roles in new installments of Indiana Jones and Star Wars, delighting fans around the world. And one thing you might not know is that Harrison Ford is a licensed pilot and has survived several plane crashes in real life, proving he's as brave off-screen as his characters are on-screen. Number 14. Arnold Schwarzenegger. When we think of action legends, we think of Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Terminator, Predator, Commando, he wasn't just a star, he was a force of nature. Remember the iconic line, "I'll be back." Now in his 70s, Arnold remains active as a public figure, motivational speaker, and advocate for health and aging. He occasionally appears in films, but devotes more time to writing books, producing documentaries, and speaking about health and longevity. After serving as governor of California, Arnold launched a popular newsletter and podcast focused on healthy living, showing he continues to inspire people around the world. And another action star is Bruce Willis. He's now going through a very difficult time in his life. Bruce Willis was the face of the tough action hero in the 80s and 90s. Die Hard redefined the action genre, and John McClane became one of cinema's most beloved heroes. Yippee-ki-yay! Who doesn't remember that line? Today, Bruce no longer acts. In 2022, his family announced his retirement following a diagnosis of aphasia. A year later, they revealed the condition had progressed to frontotemporal dementia. Fans around the world continue to celebrate his legacy and send love and support to him and his family. Steven Seagal. He was everywhere in the 90s. Films like Under Siege and Hard to Kill made him one of the most recognizable faces in action cinema. Remember those intense Aikido scenes and that cold stare? He was unstoppable back then. Today, Seagal's career looks quite different. He mainly stars in low-budget films released directly to video and has been involved in political controversies and legal battles. He's far from Hollywood's spotlight, but still maintains a loyal cult following. Something few people know, Seagal holds citizenship in several countries, including Russia, and even worked as a special envoy on diplomatic missions, a career path no one expected for an action star. Number 11. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Who could forget the muscles from Brussels? Jean-Claude Van Damme dominated the late 1980s and 1990s with martial arts classics like Bloodsport, Kickboxer, and Universal Soldier. Remember those epic splits and lightning-fast kicks? These films defined an entire era of action. Today, Van Damme appears less frequently on screen. He's faced health issues and the natural challenges of aging, but still pops up occasionally to remind fans why they fell in love with him. Few people know that many of his iconic films have been remade or given new versions, a testament to how deeply his work shaped the genre. Jet Li. He burst onto the scene with impressive martial arts performances in films like Lethal Weapon 4, Romeo Must Die, and Hero. His speed and precision made him one of the most respected action stars on the planet. Do you remember how unstoppable he looked on screen? Today, Jet Li works much less frequently. Years of physically demanding roles have taken their toll, and he's spoken openly about chronic pain and health challenges. Despite this, he remains a deeply respected figure in martial arts and cinema. Jet Li has dedicated much of his recent life to philanthropy, founding a charity focused on disaster relief and health across Asia. Number 9. Dolph Lundgren. You probably remember him as Ivan Drago in Rocky IV, the cold, unbeatable Russian who gave Rocky Balboa one of his toughest fights. What an iconic villain from the golden age of action cinema. Today, Dolph Lundgren still appears in films, often in nostalgic productions or action releases for streaming. He remains beloved by fans for his classic roles and his impressive physical presence on screen. What many people don't know is that Dolph isn't just muscle. He holds a master's degree in chemical engineering and speaks several languages fluently. It's not every day you meet a scientist who can also knock you out with one punch. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. From the WWE ring to Hollywood blockbusters, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson built an action empire. With films like Fast and Furious, San Andreas, and Jumanji, he proved he's more than just muscle. He's charisma, charm, and unstoppable energy. Remember when every big summer movie starred The Rock? Today, Dwayne is one of the highest-paid actors in the world. He balances acting with running multiple businesses, producing films, and even exploring political ambitions. His stardom shows no signs of slowing down. Few people know that The Rock starts every day with intense workouts at 4 a.m., a routine he credits as the foundation of his success both on and off the screen. Vin Diesel. As you might imagine, Vin Diesel skyrocketed to stardom with The Fast and the Furious, becoming synonymous with adrenaline-fueled action and family loyalty. Who doesn't remember Dominic Toretto's iconic line, "I don't have friends, I got family"? Today, Vin is still the heart of the Fast and Furious franchise and a powervul producer. He also lends his distinctive voice to characters like Groot in Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, expanding his presence beyond live-action roles. Interestingly, Vin Diesel is notoriously private about his personal life, a rarity in Hollywood, and prefers to keep the focus on his work and his fans. Number 6. Jason Statham. He burst onto the action scene in the early 2000s with The Transporter, Crank, and The Expendables. His intense style, relentless energy, and no-nonsense attitude made him the perfect choice for explosive action movies. Remember those crazy chases and hand-to-hand fights? Today, Jason remains a box office hit, starring in major franchises and often performing his own stunts. He's one of the few actors whose real-life toughness matches his on-screen persona. Before Hollywood, Jason was a competitive diver on the British national team, a discipline that still influences his intense stunt work today. Another action star is the unforgettable Tom Cruise. Few actors are as fearless, literally, as Tom Cruise. From the first Top Gun to every explosive chapter of Mission Impossible, he's pushed the limits of what's possible in action cinema. Remember that insane scene where he's hanging off the side of a plane during takeoff? That wasn't CGI. That was Tom for real. Today, even at 63, Cruise continues to star in major blockbusters, performing many of his own stunts and setting new standards for action films. He remains as dedicated as ever, involved in every detail of his productions to ensure perfection. An impressive fact, Cruise trains year-round for his stunts, including piloting helicopters and performing halo jumps himself, proving he's as committed to authenticity as any action star has ever been. Number 4. Sylvester Stallone. Do you prefer him as Rambo or Rocky Balboa? But Sylvester Stallone isn't just an action star. He's a symbol of the genre. As Rocky Balboa or John Rambo, he didn't just punch and shoot enemies. He inspired millions. Remember that iconic, "Yo, Adrian"? It's forever etched in cinema history. Today, Stallone remains a powerful presence in Hollywood. He still writes, produces, and stars in legendary franchises like The Expendables, and even returned as Rocky in the Creed series. Even in his 70s, he trains rigorously and maintains a level of dedication few actors can match. Stallone wrote the original Rocky screenplay in just 3 days and refused to sell it unless he could star in the film. That gamble turned him into one of the greatest legends in cinema. Bruce Lee. Even though his life was tragically short, Bruce Lee's impact on action cinema is eternal. With films like Enter the Dragon and Fist of Fury, he redefined martial arts on screen and became a cultural phenomenon. Remember that lightning-fast nunchaku scene? It still gives chills today. Although Bruce died in 1973 at just 32, his influence never faded. His philosophies on discipline, strength, and self-expression continue to inspire actors, athletes, and filmmakers worldwide. His daughter Shannon Lee now manages his legacy, ensuring new generations discover his brilliance. A fascinating fact is that Bruce Lee's writings and interviews predicted many modern training methods and philosophies used in martial arts today, proving he was decades ahead of his time. Number 2. Chuck Norris. In the 80s and 90s, Chuck Norris was the ultimate action hero. From martial arts showdowns to explosive shootouts, he starred in countless films and the hit TV series Walker, Texas Ranger. Remember how unstoppable he seemed? These days, Norris leads a quieter life. He's stepped away from major action roles and focuses more on writing, family, and business. Even so, his legendary status remains untouched, and the internet still loves him, immortalizing him in countless memes about his unbeatable strength. One thing many fans don't realize is that Norris used his fame to promote martial arts education and personal discipline programs for young people. Jackie Chan. And in first place, we return to the legend himself, Jackie Chan. He didn't just star in action films, he reinvented them. With classics like Drunken Master, Police Story, and the hilarious Rush Hour series, Jackie combined dangerous stunts, martial arts mastery, and slapstick comedy into something no one had seen before. Today, at over 70 years old, Jackie remains active in the film industry. He chooses his projects carefully, often working behind the scenes, mentoring young artists, and promoting international collaborations. He's loved not just as an action star, but as a cultural bridge between East and West. Jackie has said that every scar and broken bone he's earned is a badge of honor, proof of his lifelong dedication to entertaining audiences. And decades later, fans still study and imitate his legendary fight choreography. These were the most legendary action stars of all time, from the glory days of the 70s, 80s, and 90s to where they are now. Some are still breaking records, others are enjoying well-deserved retirements, and some have left behind legacies that will never fade. Which of these transformations impressed you the most? Do you think anyone will ever surpass Jackie Chan as the symbol of action? And who else do you think deserved to be on this list, and why? Leave your comment below and join the conversation. Don't forget to hit that like button. I'll leave another super interesting video for you here in the cards. Just click on this card to watch. It's worth it. And don't forget to drink plenty of water, okay? And for more videos like this, just subscribe here to Top Celebrities and turn on the notification bell. Once again, thank you so much, and see you next time.